The province launches a new provincial police force.
It will work alongside existing branches of law enforcement to fill gaps.
It's meant for rural communities, but many don't want it.
This is a snake oil salesman way of dealing with a real issue.
Plus, Stephen Avenue business owners ask the city to rethink a major construction plan.
The damage to the businesses will be irreparable.
It hurts my heart, it hurts my business, it hurts our staff.
Is there a better and faster way to update this busy street? And taking in the greatest outdoor show on earth safely.
You wouldn't bring something onto an airplane? Please don't bring it to Stampede Park.
The plan to keep a closer eye on the grounds to ensure everyone can enjoy Stampede.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. The province is moving forward with its own police force. It'll be called the Alberta Sheriff's Police Service, and its head office will be here in Calgary. It will not be replacing the RCMP, rather working in tandem, according to the Premier. While some communities are on board with this, others are not. Tyson Fedor reports.
Alberta's new provincial police force is one step closer to reality. The chief of police has been appointed with 25 years of experience with Calgary Police, and now he is in recruitment mode.
What I don't want to do is I don't want to start competing with cities of Calgary. Like, I want people to make these choices because they want to try something new or they want to do something different. I don't want to steal from one to get to another one.
The Alberta Sheriff's Police Service is not meant to replace the RCMP, but it will be run separately and have civilian oversight.
It will work alongside existing branches of law enforcement to fill gaps and ensure that resources are used efficiently.
However, municipalities will have the option to contract the new service for its local policing needs instead of RCMP. The province says there are around 2,000 sheriffs, with 650 of them fully trained for this new service.
We can start now. We're not waiting. We want to make sure that everybody feels that they've got the policing that they need close to home.
The provincial government says it wants to be prepared if the RCMP does pull away from contract policing.
And the expiration of the police service agreements in 2032 prevents the first opportunity to implement the phase of policing in Canada.
Coaldale has been uniquely and unfairly positioned as the only municipality in all of Canada under 15,000 residents required to pay the full cost of RCMP policing. But
the transition to some critics is one not agreed upon by many within rural Alberta.
And beware someone saying they can get you better service for less money. This is a snake oil salesman way of dealing with a real issue. I think they're excited by it. I think they have a fetish to create their own force, so they have more control, and it's frightening for me as a rural Albertan.
Alberta's NDP calls the new force a zombie idea one Albertans did not vote for.
This is something nobody wants, nobody asked for, and is going to cost us billions of dollars just so Danielle Smith can say she did something.
And Tyson joins us from McDougall Centre tonight. So Tyson, what are the realistic costs associated with this?
Well, Tara, the province did say today that it has set aside about $20 million in budget 2025 and the next two budget cycles to help with the implementation and the leadership appointments through all of this. Now, in 2021, the province actually put forward a report, an independent report that basically went through the costs of how much a police force here in the province could cost. That number was around $758 million to completely overhaul the policing system here. The transition cost over 6 years, Tara, $366 million.
Okay, Tyson Fedor reporting. Tyson, thank you. Well, it was a scorcher today. Danielle has our first peek of the forecast. It's still hot out there tonight.
It's still hot right now. I will say, though, that the little bit of a breeze that has started to kick in, that helps a little bit. Shade, as I'm standing in right now, that helps as well. And tomorrow, it's a different day. Tomorrow, we'll get some relief, especially in the city of Calgary. Some other communities will still be dealing with heat a little bit longer. But you'll notice the heat warning drop for Calgary fairly soon as we drop into the 20s for tomorrow. But you can see all the areas in red here under a heat warning. The other areas in yellow and in orange, that's more of the severe thunderstorm issue. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But at this point, what are we sitting at? Still 30 degrees. As we go into tomorrow, though, we have the potential for thunderstorms again later in the day, but most of the day will be nice. By 2 in the afternoon, the risk of thunderstorms, and tomorrow, more reasonable high of 24 degrees. More details coming up, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. The Progressive Conservatives governed in Alberta for decades, but years after they merged with the Wild Rose to create the United Conservatives, two MLAs are trying to bring the PC party back. Both of those MLAs used to be with the UCP and are now independents. Former Infrastructure Minister Peter Guthrie and Scott Sinclair were removed from caucus earlier this year for pushing back against Premier Danielle Smith's government. They're concerned about the healthcare investigation, separation talks, and they want more restrained spending. The pair needs to collect 8,800 signatures to register as an Alberta political party.
It is always difficult to create a party in the middle, but maybe the issue of separatism might give them some movement. Both Guthrie and Sinclair talked about that.
Alberta's premier says under election law, no party can use the PC name because it's part of the legacy of the UCP. The name Progressive Conservative Association of Alberta is currently reserved with Elections Alberta, but it's not registered. The chief electoral officer has not determined whether legislation will allow that party name. By 2030, Calgary will have a very different looking skyline. The new JW Marriott Hotel and the new W Hotel will be built side by side at McLeod Trail and 15th Avenue Southeast near Stampede Park. The 62-story and 69-story buildings will dominate the local skyline and will offer hundreds of hotel rooms and residences. They will overtake the 57-story Bow building to become Calgary's tallest skyscrapers. There will also be restaurants, spas, meeting spaces, and more inside. They're in addition to the hotel already announced at McLeod and 17th Avenue Southeast, which will be known as Autograph by Truman.
We've always had the people, we've always had the hospitality. Having the places to allow larger and more frequent gatherings is a game changer for us, especially on our path to be Canada's leading convention destination.
The hotels are expected to open in 2028, 2029, and 2030. More empty offices are emerging in Calgary. That's according to a new report. The latest figures from the CBRE find Calgary saw some of the highest vacancy rate increases in the country in the second quarter of last year. Calgary's downtown vacancy rate is at 30%, the second worst in the country, and it's nearly 20% in suburban areas. However, Calgary also leads all major Canadian cities in office conversions, including 10 residential conversion projects by the city. Business owners on Calgary's historic Stephen Avenue say they are worried about construction that could put them out of business, with major redevelopment work set to begin later this month. They say the timing couldn't be worse. It's coming right in the middle of their busiest season. Here's Mark Villani.
Stephen Avenue is busy and vibrant on this first week of July, but some worry it won't be that way for long.
The damage to the businesses will be irreparable, and what's going to happen over time is Stephen Ave will become a ghost town.
A massive redevelopment project spanning several blocks from City Hall to Mawata Armory is in the works. The first portion of construction will take 15 months to complete, upgrading utilities and surfaces from 1st Street to Centre Street Southeast. That begins on July 14th, just one day after the Calgary Stampede wraps up.
For the city to think that as of July 14th, our revenue stream is done down here, it's just the opposite. This is our peak tourist season.
It hurts my heart, it hurts my business, it hurts our staff.
Leslie Aquino is the owner of Annabelle's Kitchen. Her other location in Marda Loop already lost 30% of its profits and nearly closed following what she calls a mismanaged 2-year project. The project on Stephen Avenue includes similar utility work, tree replacement, and new granite walkways, but many say the design will do more harm than good, with foot traffic squeezed into small corridors during construction.
How do we get customers coming down when they're worried about walking down the street, when people are coming up to them and are physically assaulting them? We've all heard the stories on Stephen Avenue.
Stephen Avenue's area councillor Terry Wong says he's asked administration to look at solutions.
Is there a way to delay, alter this schedule, and take a different construction approach? Any way that we can do this so that we do not harm the businesses.
Others say the work is necessary, but it can't start right away.
I'm advocating for a pause on this project for our summer months. This is the time for our city to shine. Look at it. It's vibrant. There's people everywhere.
But without people, some say businesses will close and there won't be any business tax base available in the future.
Because all these spaces will be vacant and it will be shifted onto residential. So as much as this feels like a commercial or business issue, this is really a Calgarian issue.
And Mark joins us from Stephen Ave. Mark, business owners say they have some solutions for the city to consider.
Well, Tara, some of those solutions include starting construction work all the way at the west end of Stephen Avenue at the Mowato Armory and working their way all the way up to City Hall, taking more of a staged approach. Now, owners say they've met with city officials and they've talked about some of these recommendations, but they say they haven't received any sort of formal response as of yet. Now, CTV Calgary has also reached out to the city for their input on this, but we have yet to hear back as of news time. Tara.
Okay, Mark, thank you. After a lengthy construction period, the redesigned Eau Claire Plaza had its grand opening today. These Calgarians are among the first to walk through the redesigned plaza with rooms for events year-round, areas to picnic on the boardwalk, and a play area. This also marks the end of a 4-year-long improvement project for the area. The plaza was getting some good reviews early on in the day, with one area getting particular attention on a warm day.
To draw. I think it's going to be able to play host to all kinds of things, and it's also going to be just such a, super casual just hangout place, which is amazing.
I remember when we used to go shopping here in the plaza, and it felt a little bit run down, and so this is quite the nice refresh. What we really love is that you can go through this mist here and cool down every time we go to the park now.
The plaza was also regraded to help protect from future flooding. It won't be long before the first event at the area, with McKenzie Fest kicking off on Friday.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
There is a new western lowland gorilla at the Calgary Zoo. The new addition, named Jahari, arrived last week from the Toronto Zoo. It's hoped the 24-year-old female will be a breeding partner for the silverback in the Calgary Zoo's troop. It's hoped this could help conservation efforts for western lowland gorillas, a species classified as critically endangered in the wild. Jahari will need time to adjust to her new home, so it'll be a while before she is visible to the public. Sneak a Peek kicks off the Calgary Stampede tomorrow night. Are you ready to enjoy the greatest outdoor show on earth safely? We have some tips from the pros tonight. And worries grow in Lytton thanks to a nearby wildfire. The community is still trying to rebuild after a devastating blaze 4 years ago. And if you have a news tip, text us anytime at 10400. More than a dozen vehicles were stranded on Stony Trail yesterday. Police say a truck's transmission blew up near 14th Street, and then drivers ran over the debris. 15 vehicles had flat tires. One had a punctured gas tank. Police closed the road for several hours while crews cleaned up the mess. Emergency officials say they want this year's Calgary Stampede to go off without a hitch as a safe event for everyone attending. First responders say they have planned for the crowds, for crime and weather, which can all be unpredictable. As Stephanie Thomas reports, the recent G7 summit has helped organizers feel prepared.
The stage is being set at the Calgary Stampede for safety planning. An estimated 1.3 million people are expected over the course of the 10 days. Returning this year, metal detectors and bag searches.
If you wouldn't bring something onto an airplane, please don't bring it to Stampede Park.
New this year and up in the sky, Calgary police will be flying a few of these drones.
We have obtained through G7, we've got some more toys, and we'll be putting those to use at Stampede. We'll be flying the drones overhead to help us monitor, just like we would the helicopter.
Last month, Kananaskis hosted world leaders for the G7 summit. No major incidents were reported. Calgary police have now shifted gears to the city's biggest annual event.
During Stampede, we actually turn the Stampede grounds into a 9th district, including an incident commander, our own dispatcher, our own ops center, and staff it with members from across the service.
Stampede officials say for the past 6 years, entrances to the grounds are designed to mitigate unauthorized vehicles. However, this year, anti-ramming barricades have been installed. Extreme weather is another safety concern for Stampede.
We have a number of weather monitoring systems, including lightning detection, wind detection, air quality monitoring. We have an on-site meteorologist.
Crowds can make the July weather feel even hotter. Stampede goers are reminded to keep hydrated and cool down indoors if need be. Also, keep smart devices charged, either to call for help or to get up-to-date emergency alerts. Stephanie Thomas, CTV News, Calgary.
And as police will be flying their drones, personal drones cannot be flown downtown during Stampede. Violators could be fined up to $3,000. 11 guns are still missing after a robbery at the Calgary Shooting Centre over the weekend. Police say a man broke into the building Saturday morning, smashed a display case, and got away with more than $26,000 worth of weapons. He took off in a stolen truck, which was later recovered. Officers executed 2 search warrants and recovered only 6 of the 17 guns. 45-year-old Jason Wilkening is facing more than 24 charges. A Northeast casino was evacuated yesterday afternoon after reports of high carbon monoxide levels. Fire crews found high CO levels at Pure Casino near 16th Avenue. 2 people were taken to hospital, and staff was able to return about an hour later. The Premier and Agriculture Minister are hosting a town hall in Okotoks tonight. Jacqueline Wilson joins us from outside the Viking Rental Centre where it's taking place. So, Jackie, what's the latest there?
Tara, I would say there's about over 100 people inside the event center right now for this town hall that is taking place. And it's a little bit of a mix. There is a group of people who are UCP supporters. You can hear them cheering. And then there's also people that are there that are against the UCP party policy. So to start off the town hall, Danielle Smith and RJ Sigurdsson, they both spoke for about 10 minutes. And then they opened up a Q&A. And about 30 people rushed the microphone, all having questions, and it did get pretty heated inside. People were cheering, they were yelling, they were heckling. So far, Smith and Sigurdsson have been asked about the province's part in the wild horse population management, climate change, coal mining, and some other energy sector projects, as well as provincial policing.
I want to hear from the Agriculture Minister his concerns around the water quality in Alberta.
I just want to make sure that the Premier knows that I'm just about done with the divisive politics and to get her back to basics of running the province.
Now, I do want to make a differentiation. This is separate from the Alberta Next panel that the Premier has recently announced. In that one, they're trying to develop some potential referendum questions as well as brainstorm ideas on how to keep what they say is Alberta strong and sovereign within Canada. But this town hall, Tara, goes until about 6:30.
Okay, Jackie Wilson reporting. Jackie, thank you. Hot, dry weather is a problem for wildfires across the country. In BC, the village of Lytton is now under a local state of emergency. Almost 4 years to the day since fire almost destroyed that community. Wildfires nearby triggered evacuation alerts and orders, but some area residents received good news this afternoon. The fire is being held. A shift in weather is causing concern, though, that the situation could change quickly.
It's really windy right now, and that is a little worrisome. I believe that the fire that is on the west side, the Nakaya Creek fire, that has now been classified as being contained. So hopefully everything's okay with the wind. The one I'm worried about now is the Eisman Creek wildfire.
That Eisman Creek fire is burning out of control north of Lytton, and it has grown to 100 hectares. In Alberta, there are 74 wildfires burning, all to the north of us. 21 are considered out of control.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
And probably the extreme heat isn't helping. It's very rare that at 6:30 practically would still be at 30 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. That's really been our story, especially in the south end of the province. The extreme heat, you have noticed it yesterday, you noticed it today. Now we're going to start to notice some relief here in Calgary by tomorrow, but it will take some time for things to cool down, an extra day for things to cool down in the southeast. Just a quick look at current temperatures. It's 28 right now in Calgary and still well into the 30s. Drumheller, Brooks, Milk River, and Medicine Hat. Lethbridge cooled down a little bit to 22, only because a thunderstorm passed through the area, but they'll be bouncing back up, and we're in the 30s earlier. Okay, so this is the trend, basically the upper level trend that we've been under, this ridge of high pressure, and this is going to start to make its way out. But as you can see, even for tomorrow, it will still be in that southeast corner, which is why they're going to be able to hold on to the heat there. But here in Calgary, we'll drop into those mid-20s. So this will also drop, this heat warning that's in place right now for Calgary. Again, it'll take an extra day for it to likely drop further off to the south.
southeast, but at this point, Medicine Hat really foremost, many berries up through Medicine Hat, Brooks, Champion, Vulcan, over into Calgary, and then up Lloydminster. This area is under the heat warning still. And then in the yellow here and in the orange, these are severe thunderstorm watches, and then in the orange, the warnings. This is where we're getting the worst weather. And even earlier, there was a tornado warning in place because likely there was some development. So this possibility of rotation in this area, which is why in this red, this is a tornado watch in place. So a lot going on here, more dangerous weather here, but tracking down, yes, still we have some active weather. And just passing over the QE2, some cells were producing some larger size hail as well. So I'm going to do a little dance around and show you what's happening. For Calgary, we had a couple brief, very, very small thunderstorms that pushed through parts of the city about an hour ago. And then there's still some development off to the west. So while it's pretty quiet in the city right now, we have the potential of isolated showers and non-severe thunderstorms up until about 11 o'clock tonight. Check out these cells that rolled through and past the QE2. So this is where one of those bullseye area for these cells. Some of these still producing hail heading over to Trochu, Three Hills, so heads up there. And then we look further south, this one less severe, but it looks like it may even be producing a little bit of hail. And right now, just to the north, the core of the cell, just to the north of Lomond and tracking up. So Bassano, you may see some of that as well soon. So it's a busy day. The further south you go, the less busy it is and the less severe it is. And the same idea goes for tomorrow. There is the potential tomorrow. We'll start off with sunshine, but by 2 in the afternoon, Calgary up the QE2 and off to the east, we have the potential for showers and thunderstorm activity once again. Friday looks quiet, but Friday night and through Saturday, we are looking at rain, which will be heavy at times, and this will also help drop our temperatures and give us some relief from the heat. This is your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. 24 is our high for tomorrow, so more reasonable heat. 21 for Friday. Friday night and through Saturday, we'll likely pick up about 5 millimeters of rain, and by Saturday, just a high of 19. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Oppressive heat is also scorching parts of Europe. Milan is one of 18 Italian cities under red alert for heat. According to the European Union's Climate Change Service, Europe is the world's fastest warming continent, heating up at twice the global average. Temperatures have been in the mid to high 30s, with humidity ranging from 40 to 90%. And the stifling heat has forced Paris to close the Eiffel Tower summit to visitors. Staff say they're taking measures to ensure comfort and safety as temperatures in Paris reach 36 degrees this week. The French government has issued heat alerts right across the country. It is Judgment Day for Sean Diddy Combs. He's claiming victory after a mixed verdict, but he will remain in jail awaiting sentencing. And investigators on scene tonight at a fireworks warehouse that went up in flames. Several people are still missing in that California community. 7 people are missing after an explosion at a fireworks warehouse in Northern California Tuesday night. A fire broke out in the warehouse northwest of Sacramento around 6 p.m. and then that sparked that enormous pyrotechnics blast, along with flames and heavy smoke. It's unclear what started the fire. Sheriffs set up a 1-mile evacuation zone around the building, and it is still in place tonight. The blast comes just ahead of July 4th celebrations, when fireworks will be in high demand. A bombshell verdict after 13 hours of deliberation in the high-profile case against rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The music industry icon was acquitted of the more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, but convicted of prostitution-related offenses. Here's Adrian Gobriel on the downfall of the former American rapper and what happens next.
Waving and smiling, the Combs family exited this New York City federal court. As protesters came face-to-face with supporters of Sean Diddy Combs, emotions running at a fever pitch, just moments after the jury delivered their split verdict. Delivered on the third day of deliberations, the jury of 8 men and 4 women declared the 55-year-old Combs not guilty of 1 count of racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, but guilty of the lesser charges of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs, who's already been incarcerated for 10 months, could still face considerable prison time. At sentencing, each of the prostitution transportation charges carry as much as 10 years behind bars. While Combs' lawyer declined to comment, multiple criminal law experts are declaring today a victory for the former hip-hop mogul.
It's absolutely a win. The defense took a really big gamble going to trial on this case.
The prosecution called 34 witnesses to the stand, multiple ex-girlfriends, including singer Cassie Ventura, who claimed that Combs forced her to engage in sexual encounters called, quote, freak-offs and hotel nights. Jurors watched this 2016 hotel video of Combs dragging and kicking her. Ventura's lawyer stopped short of calling today a victory for his client.
We're pleased that he's finally been held responsible for 2 federal crimes, something that he's never faced in his life. He still faces substantial jail time. Of course, we would have liked to have seen a conviction on the sex crimes in RICO, but we understand beyond a reasonable doubt is a high standard.
With this decision, Combs avoids a possible life sentence. Moments after the verdict was read out, his family began to cheer in the courtroom as the one-time music star appeared to fall to his knees in prayer. Adrian Gabriel, CTV News, Washington.
And late this afternoon, the judge denied Combs' request for bail. Passengers in Australia were delayed because of a snake on a plane. Someone spotted it in a cargo hold before takeoff. It turned out to be harmless. It was a 2-foot-long green tree snake. They think it may have snuck into a passenger's luggage and then slipped out. Well, you might be a little less creeped out if this slithered your way. A very friendly otter known around Vancouver Island for hitching a ride. Our trending videos are next. The Westwinds Music Society is made up of people from all walks of life who don't want to give up on playing an instrument or singing. It's been around since 1988, and members have traveled all over the world performing, along with, of course, numerous concerts here in Calgary. Now, 70 of the members are getting ready for a European tour. Here's Kevin Fleming.
He plays the clarinet and sings in the choir with the Westwinds Music Society. Sean Emery is an electrician and has been a member of the society for 10 years. He's rehearsing for its European tour.
Kevin Wilms, who is leading this trip, was my high school band director. And so at the last year of high school, we finished our last concert, and I was like, I'm really sad. Band's done, and I don't know what to do now. And Kevin's like, well, let me tell you about Westwinds.
While Emery enjoys performing, he says this is a hobby for him, not something he's pursuing for a career.
I respect professional musicians greatly. I don't practice that much. That's not what I do. I do this for fun.
Emery is one of 70 performers heading to Germany and Austria for 2 weeks. Kevin Wilms is excited to reconnect at their first stop with a German group he and the society hosted in Calgary in 2002.
So we're going to perform in Bottendorf at their church that they're based in. We're going to perform in Eisenach, which is the birthplace of Johann Sebastian Bach. We're going to actually perform in the church where he was baptized.
They're also making stops in Munich, Salzburg, and Vienna. The members on the trip are made up of musicians and singers. Anne Gray is the choir director.
This year I've chosen all Canadian music, and so we're taking a big map of Canada, and we have a few little costumes such as scarves for our 4 strong winds from Alberta.
Gray says it's been a lot of work getting ready for the tour, but it's worth it.
We start rehearsing in January, and we go all the way through until we leave and put it together, try to make something that's fun but meaningful and something that we can feel really good about.
Members leave in less than 2 weeks, and Emery says he's excited and maybe a little nervous. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Before the society members leave on their next adventure, they're hosting a concert Saturday afternoon at Calgary Opera. The event is free, and it will feature some of the music that will be played on their European tour. We've posted more information about it on our website. That's very impressive, I have to say.
And free.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're kicking things off with an utterly adorable encounter from Vancouver Island. It's a sassy little sea otter there, and he likes hitching rides with kayakers. He just swims alongside them. Sometimes he tries to grab the oar. They're getting to know him. They've seen him on surfboards and paddle boards. He's even seen napping on a fishing boat, so he's obviously not afraid of people.
Quite a bit bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lazy. Just lazy.
And lazy. It's like, I want to go over there. If you're going over there, I'm hitching a ride. Exactly.
And just wants to cuddle.
Well, sticking with wildlife, there's a first time for everything. Okay, this little paddler is an orphaned raccoon learning to live his best new life with his new family, which includes a couple of dogs. So he's been camping, and now he's swimming like a pro.
Oh,
probably the dogs taught him how to doggy paddle, and now he's right in there.
He's cute now, but just wait.
Wait till he steals all your food with his little raccoon hands.
Yeah. Those cute little hands.
But he could probably scratch the dogs, too, with his little raccoon hands. Well, finally, a toy that is the cat's meow. Okay, I didn't choose this music. That was attached to the video.
I thought you were working on that all day,
I know. This kitty's concentrating very hard on fun and work at the same time. So they move the ball, and then that's how the bubbles are blown.
The funny thing is the other cat couldn't give a...
Content to watch. Let this guy do all the work.
Yeah.
Good exercise, I suppose.
It's like, I guess I'll watch this show.
Yeah. Weird show, but I got nothing better to do, so I guess I'll just stick around. No problem. Still to come, Bombardier announced a big deal today. It is a massive order for 50 jets, but the Canadian company isn't sharing who placed that order. We have more in our business report.
All right, your Skywatch weather camera. In Calgary, we had a couple little brief non-severe thunderstorms push through about 2 hours ago. It's pretty quiet right now. There are isolated showers in parts of the city. We have the potential of showers and thunderstorms up until about 11 o'clock tonight in Calgary, but non-severe for us. Okay, it's 28. Today's high, 30.9, and look at that, the record, 33.3 for this day. So, it's fairly close to breaking a record. And as you know, it's hot out there. But we're going to get some relief. In fact, the heat warnings, which we had more red on this map earlier when we were talking, have now started to be dropped. Calgary's still under it. And then we have, of course, this area still under it because this will still be hot closer to the Saskatchewan border, especially in the southeast corner. Medicine Hat, yes, still under it as well. But now on top of that, there's a severe thunderstorm watch in place. And this is now under a warning because that larger size hail and stronger wind gusts are passing towards the Bassano area. Near Milo, near Lomond. Here's a look at all the cells going on. And let's just jump to that cell right now. And here you go. There it is. So we talked about this in the last weather hit. Just track through mainly Milo, just caught the edge of that, and right towards Bassano. Larger size hail with this. Wind gusts up to 100 kilometers per hour. Lots of lightning, big downpour. Short-lived, but that is something that's on the way there. And you can see what's tracked across the QE2 now into the areas we were talking about, Choshu, Three Hills. Those ones producing hail as well. Larger size hail is potential. And then for Calgary, we have nothing going on right now, but we have the potential of non-severe thunderstorms right up until 11 o'clock tonight. All right, for tomorrow, 15 to kick off the day and a high of 24, so more reasonable. And by 2 in the afternoon in Calgary, we do have the potential of thunderstorm activity. 26 for Kelowna, you're looking at 19 in Edmonton with showers, and along that QE2 and through Calgary and off to the east, the potential for thunderstorms once again by 2 in the afternoon. Hot and sunny, Lethbridge and Medicine Hat.
The province is moving forward with its own police force. It will be called the Alberta Sheriff's Police Service, and it will be headquartered in Calgary. Sat Parhar, who spent 25 years with Calgary Police, will be the new chief. The province says the new force will be more capable of meeting the needs of rural communities. Premier Smith says the plan is to fill any gaps there may be in policing if the RCMP pulls away from contract policing in 2032. Some business owners along Stephen Avenue are worried about revitalization work set to begin right after Stampede. They say it'll hurt sales during the busy tourist season. And 3 new hotels are coming to Calgary in the next 5 years. 2 of them will be among the country's tallest residential towers. Each is more than 60 stories high. 5 swimmers from Cochrane's Water Ninjas are heading overseas to don the red and white. The group was selected to represent Canada at the Commonwealth Life-Saving Championships. And as Tyler Barrow explains, the 5 make up a significant portion of Team Canada.
It's training time for Cochrane Water Ninja Jack Dunza. The 18-year-old is getting ready to represent Team Canada at the Royal Life-Saving Society's Commonwealth Life-Saving Championships.
I'm super pumped to be here. It's been a long training session to get to this point, but I'm super excited.
He will be joined by 4 other members from the Water Ninjas. The quintet is looking to make a splash at the competition in Wales from July 8th to 13th, going up against the sport's top athletes from Commonwealth nations.
It's just so much fun to get to bond with all these athletes who love the sport as much as you do.
Really excited, especially with 4 other of our teammates.
The 5 will compete in events like mannequin tow, line throw, and relay races. The sport encourages participation in life-saving activities while further developing life-saving practices. The athletes competed in the 2025 Alberta and Northwest Territories Pool Life-Saving Championships in Calgary. That was one of the competitions Team Canada used in their selection process. A total of 20 athletes cracked Canada's roster. With a quarter coming from the Cochrane Water Ninjas, it shows that even if it's wet, iron still sharpens iron.
It's absolutely incredible. I think it shows to the skill and the work effort that we as Water Ninjas put in.
We just, like, being able to race against each other and train every single day really pushes us to be the best version of ourselves.
The group leaves for the Commonwealth Championships July 6th. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Cochrane.
In addition to the 5 athletes selected, 2 more from the Water Ninjas were chosen as reserves for Team Canada. The Southern Alberta Summer Games are about to get underway in Taber. Around 1,700 athletes are competing this year. Some of the events include track and field, soccer, baseball, and badminton. Opening ceremonies were held earlier today. The games wrap up on Saturday. Shares of Bombardier are taking off today after the Canadian Aerospace Company announced a multi-billion-dollar sale. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has the details.
Shares shot up more than 20% after the deal was made public, making Bombardier the biggest mover on the TSX today. Bombardier stock was boosted by a new order for 50 of its Challenger and Global jets. The deal includes servicing the aircraft, making it worth $1.7 million U.S. The Canadian jet maker isn't identifying the first-time buyer. The major North American markets had record closes again today. But let's start with the Canadian dollar. It is up, hitting 73.61. West Texas Intermediate is up close to $2 to 67.38. Our fix on Western Canadian Select has it down to 53.44. And the TSX only moved 12 points, but it was another record close, finishing the trading day at 26,869. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
The number of confirmed measles cases continues to grow, but the rate appears to be changing. There are 9 new measles cases confirmed since Monday. It's not clear if the spread is slowing or fewer people are seeking medical attention. Health experts encourage everyone to ensure they are fully vaccinated against the highly contagious and preventable disease. It takes 2 doses of the MMR vaccine for protection to be the most effective. Calgarians enjoyed a terrific fireworks display last night. This was the finale to the Canada Day celebrations in our city. The fireworks were launched from Stampede Park, but were visible through much of the city. It was a pretty quiet day for the Flames yesterday, but they did take care of some business to shape their team. We'll hear from the GM next. Hockey is officially returning to the Olympics. The NHL, NHLPA, International Ice Hockey Federation, and International Olympic Committee all agreed to a deal today that will see the best hockey players in the world compete at the 2026 Winter Games in Italy. It marks the first time since 2014 that NHL players will compete in the Olympics. The deal also paves the way for participation at the 2030 Games. This has been a busy offseason for Flames General Manager Craig Conroy. Glenn is back with us, and Glenn, the Flames announced another signing today.
Tara Morgan Frost, who acquired from Philadelphia last season, has signed a new deal. It's for 2 years with a $4.375 million cap hit. Meanwhile, there wasn't a lot of frenzy in free agency for the Flames yesterday. Flames general manager Craig Conroy says he wasn't about to deviate from his plan, and now is not the time to add a whole bunch of veterans. The Flames did lose goaltender Dan Vladar, who signed a free agent contract with the Philadelphia Flyers. All the Flames did on Canada was bring back defenseman Joel Hanley and sign 26-year-old Russian goaltender Ivan Prosvetov to a 1-year contract. He will battle Devin Cooley for the backup role in Calgary. Conroy says it's time for the younger players to take another step this season.
Even though we haven't done anything, you're going to see more opportunity for our guys and a better competition. And if I'm a young player right now, you know, sitting at home thinking, they haven't done much. You know, I'm going to work even harder this summer because I want to make that team. So it sends a little bit message to our young guys. But again, if we thought there were some players that we liked and thought these would be good fits, and you know, it's a puzzle, and you don't want to just put a different piece in the wrong spot. You want to make sure it fits.
Some thought Rasmus Andersson would be traded, but he remains a Flame. Still with the Flames, development camp is underway over at Winsport. Tonight on Golf Tips, how to play that downhill lie when you're close to the green.
McKenzie Meadows Golf Tips with PGA Pro Scott Orban.
We're on the par 317th at McKenzie Meadows, and I'm with a very short Scott Orban. How you doing, bud?
Hey, watch the hair.
Get the product, you're okay.
Yeah, you taught me to put hairspray in. Anyways, yes, we've got a short shot, downhill lie. That's why he looks taller than me. Normally, we know that's not true. Side hill lie. And what general rules of thumb here are that the ball's going to go with the slope. So if I'm on this slope, it's going to go a little lower, okay? If it's a side hill slope, it's going to go a little left. So I'm just going to favor that, not overdo it. Everyone overdoes it. But what I like about kids is they get over here and they just swing very intuitively, okay? They feel that in their practice swing, and they see that shot, and that's what we need to do as adults. Sometimes we get in here, we want to be perfect. We think we're going to stand exactly like I do for a nice flat shot, you know. So Glenn, you come over here, and I want you to give me some practice swings, okay? Set up to that. Always practice swings. You got to feel this and sense where that shot's going. So Glenn's opened his club face up a little bit. There's a little bit of his intuition, a little wider stance, and he's swinging with that slope instead of pretending he's on a nice flat slope. And look at this player. Look at this guy.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Campbell.
We'll take it.
All right. Swing with a little intuition.
Next week on Golf Tips, getting over the intimidation of hitting over the water. And if you've watched sports in Canada for the past 50 years, you'll likely know the name Bob McKenzie. The legendary TSN insider is retiring.
I'm trading my semi-retired life of doing the World Juniors, draft rankings for Leaf games, free agent frenzy, trade deadline for absolutely nothing.
McKenzie's calling it a career after 48 years in the media, most notably for TSN. He was honored Tuesday at the end of the NHL free agent frenzy special with a silver hockey stick presented by members of the RCMP, and he set the standard for many sportscasters here in Canada.
Sure did, absolutely. Congrats to him on his retirement.
Congratulations.
And quite a nice blazer, too.
Snazzy. Pretty nice night out there. In some places.
You know, do you like the heat?
Yes.
You guys, yeah, I love it as well. So it's great weather for us. If you like more reasonable heat, then that's tomorrow for you, because 24 degrees will be the high. We do have the risk of thunderstorms by about 2 in the afternoon. Bright for Friday and even cooler at 21. And then Friday night in through Saturday, rainfall will help really cool things down to 19, and we'll likely pick up about 5 millimeters of rain by then. Okay, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. Ron Jeffrey sent this in Stanley Park, I believe yesterday. These people know how to do it right, don't they?
That's a good day. Thanks for your company tonight. For breaking news anytime, go to our website.